Imagine a digital space, a virtual room designed specifically for women, a place where the digital echoes the warmth and understanding of a close-knit community. This was the vision behind the T-app, a sanctuary built in the digital world, a place where women could connect, share, and support each other, all within the confines of their smartphones. It was meticulously designed as a safe haven, a digital retreat from the often harsh realities of the online world, a place where women could freely share their stories, their experiences, and their perspectives without the ever-present fear of judgment or harsh criticism. T promised a supportive community, a digital sisterhood, ready to embrace everything from the soaring joys to the deepest worries that life throws our way. It was a space to celebrate triumphs and find solace during difficult times. The core idea, the very heart of the app, was connection, fostering genuine bonds between women from all corners of the globe. Women from all walks of life, with their unique experiences and perspectives, could come together to offer advice, share wisdom, and provide much-needed comfort to one another. Built on a foundation of trust and empathy, the app aimed to create a space where vulnerability was not a weakness, but a strength. It was designed as a safe space for discussing sensitive topics, relationships, navigating the complexities of careers, managing health concerns, and coping with the daily pressures of modern life. Spilling the tea here meant sharing honestly, speaking from the heart, and knowing that your words would be held in confidence, respected, and understood. The app's most important feature, the cornerstone of its appeal, was its unwavering promise of safety and privacy. It was a commitment to protecting its users. Many women understandably hesitate to share their thoughts and feelings online, often fearing judgment, online harassment, or even doxing. T assured them that their conversations were private, their identities protected, and their vulnerabilities shielded from the prying eyes of the outside world. It wasn't just another social platform vying for attention. It aspired to be something more meaningful. It was a carefully crafted environment, nurtured and designed to foster genuine connection, authentic interaction, and meaningful relationships. But recently, this safe haven, this carefully constructed sanctuary, was shattered by a major security breach, a devastating violation of trust. The hack turned a place of comfort, a source of support, into a source of fear, anxiety, and uncertainty for thousands of women who had placed their trust in the app. The promise of privacy, the very foundation upon which the app was built, was irrevocably broken. This incident served as a stark reminder of just how fragile digital safety can be and how easily trust can be eroded in the online world. The T-app hack is more than just a technical failure. It's a story about lost trust, violated privacy, and the real people whose lives have been directly affected by this breach. T's sign-up process was meticulously designed with one primary goal in mind: to maintain a safe, women-only community. This wasn't just a feature, it was the very core of the app's identity. The team understood that creating a secure space was paramount to fostering genuine connection and open communication among its users. Every step of the sign-up process was carefully considered to ensure the highest level of safety and exclusivity. New users were required to submit a photo as part of the verification process. This initial step was crucial in confirming the user's identity and ensuring they met the community's criteria. This photo was then confirmed through a dual-layered system, utilizing both advanced technology and a dedicated team of human moderators who carefully reviewed each submission. This combination ensured a high degree of accuracy and minimized the risk of fraudulent accounts. The human element was vital in catching nuances that algorithms might miss, adding an extra layer of security. The company made a firm promise that these photos would be deleted immediately after the verification process was complete. A cornerstone of their privacy policy, explicitly stated and heavily emphasized to reassure users. This commitment to data deletion was a key selling point, designed to alleviate concerns about privacy and security. Users were explicitly told and repeatedly assured that their images wouldn't be stored or linked in any way to their accounts, further reinforcing the promise of anonymity and data protection. This separation was intended to create a clear boundary between the verification process and the user's ongoing activity within the app. This unwavering commitment to deleting sensitive data immediately built a strong foundation of trust from the very start, encouraging women to feel safe and secure within the platform. This trust was the bedrock upon which the entire community was built. After approval, users were then free to create anonymous profiles, deliberately unlinked to their real names or any existing social media accounts. This further enhanced the sense of privacy and allowed users to express themselves freely without fear of being identified. This level of anonymity encouraged women to share openly and honestly about personal topics, fostering a supportive and understanding environment without the constant fear of exposure or judgment. The app's combination of secure verification and robust anonymity features was its magic formula, attracting a large and engaged user base. Women genuinely believed that their identities were protected at all costs, and that their personal data was being handled with the utmost care and responsibility. Trust in these promises, and the perceived security they offered, allowed a vibrant and incredibly supportive community to flourish and grow exponentially. The company's unwavering assurance of privacy and data security was undoubtedly what made Tea so unique and appealing to its target audience. But, as we're about to discover, this carefully cultivated trust would soon be put to the ultimate, devastating test. The foundation of safety and security, so meticulously constructed, was, in reality, far more fragile and vulnerable than anyone could have possibly imagined. The Tea app quickly became, almost overnight, a thriving community, a vibrant hub where women from all walks of life could connect, share, and support one another. It wasn't just another social media platform, it was a digital sanctuary. It was meeting a deep need for connection and understanding that many women felt was missing in their lives. It tapped into a desire for genuine interaction, a space where vulnerability was not only accepted but celebrated. Unlike mainstream social media, with its curated images and relentless pursuit of perfection, Tea offered a space for raw honesty and imperfection. It was a breath of fresh air in a world saturated with filters and facades. Women could talk about real-life struggles and joys, the messy, unfiltered realities of their daily lives, free from judgment. There was no pressure to present a perfect image, no fear of being shamed for their vulnerabilities. Privacy and safety allowed authentic sharing to flourish. This sense of security created a foundation of trust, encouraging women to open up and connect on a deeper level. The community was known for its support. Users received advice and encouragement on everything from breakups to health scares. No topic was off limits and no concern was too small. Topic-based groups let women find relevant, specific support, whether for new mothers, navigating the challenges of postpartum life, women in tech, breaking barriers and supporting each other in a male-dominated industry, or those facing illness. It was a place to share experiences, find resources, and feel less alone. This tailored approach set Tea apart from larger platforms. It recognized that women's experiences are diverse and multifaceted. Women flocked to Tea because it centered their experiences and prioritized their safety. It was a space designed with their needs in mind. The combination of anonymity, support, and relevant topics made it irresistible. It was a potent mix that fostered a sense of belonging and empowerment. Tea became more than an app. It was a digital sisterhood, a place where women could find solace, inspiration, and unwavering support, a daily source of strength. It was a reminder that they were not alone, that their voices mattered, and that they had the power to overcome any challenge. But this sense of belonging, this safe haven, would soon be threatened, and the very foundations of the Tea community would be shaken. In July 2025, Tea's cherished sense of security was shattered by a sophisticated cyber attack. Hackers exploited a hidden vulnerability, gaining unauthorized access to the app's servers. This was a targeted assault on a platform known for sensitive user data. The breach was discovered when unusual server activity was detected. Hackers had days of undetected access, quietly copying vast amounts of data. Over 1.2 million users' personal information was compromised. The foundation of trust crumbled overnight. For many, this was more than a technical failure. It was a profound betrayal. The community was left reeling, wondering what would happen to their most private information. The true horror emerged when details of the stolen data were revealed. Hackers accessed usernames, email addresses, and location data, enough to link anonymous profiles to real identities. Even more alarming, private messages and posts were exposed, deeply personal stories now at risk. The most devastating breach involved verification photos, which were supposed to be deleted. Due to a system flaw, copies remained on a backup server, exposing photos of 13,000 women. These photos, combined with usernames and emails, created a complete sensitive profile. The promise of anonymity was shattered. This wasn't just a data leak, it was the unmasking of thousands who trusted Tea. the stolen data left women in an incredibly vulnerable position. The consequences of the breach went far beyond the digital world. Exposed identities and conversations could lead to personal and professional harm, retaliation at work, or worse. For some, the leak posed real physical danger, especially for those escaping abuse. The emotional toll was immense: fear, anxiety, and a loss of trust in online spaces. The breach didn't just steal data, it stole peace of mind. Leaked information could be used for blackmail or doxing, putting women at further risk. The human cost was staggering. The incident highlighted the profound responsibility companies have to protect vulnerable users. For many, the sense of safety was gone, perhaps for good. After the hack, Tea's first move was to secure its systems and bring in cybersecurity experts. The app was temporarily shut down to prevent further data loss. The company communicated the breach to users, explaining what happened and what data was compromised. The CEO issued a public apology, taking responsibility for the failure. For the 13,000 women whose photos were leaked, T offered free identity theft protection and credit monitoring. A 24/7 support hotline was set up, staffed by counselors and security specialists. These steps were necessary, but for many, they felt too little, too late. The damage was done, trust was broken. The company's response was a test of its values, but the path to rebuilding trust would be long. The community was left to pick up the pieces. Rebuilding trust after such a breach requires more than apologies. T announced a complete security overhaul, advanced encryption, regular third-party audits, and radical transparency. Verification photos are now processed in isolated environments and cryptographically deleted, with public logs for proof. The company is collecting only the minimum data needed and giving users more control through a new privacy dashboard. Users can now see, manage, and delete their data with a single click. Despite these efforts, many users have left, feeling the betrayal was too great. For T to survive, it must prove its commitment to security over time. The lesson is clear. For apps promising safety, trust is everything. Once broken, it's nearly impossible to fully restore. The T app hack is a painful lesson about digital safety. We trust platforms with our lives, but this incident shows how fragile that trust can be. Privacy is a fundamental right, especially for vulnerable groups seeking sanctuary online. A breach isn't just inconvenient. It can have life-altering consequences. Companies must protect users with the highest standards of security and transparency. As users, we should also be cautious, use strong passwords, enable two-factor authentication, and think before sharing. The fight for privacy is a fight for our well-being and safety. The T-hack highlights the real-world harm of digital vulnerabilities. Our digital lives are real lives. They deserve protection and respect. The story is a call to action for safer, more private online spaces.